So gender norms, the struggle for recognition and equality. So still after so many years of independence also we still face the same problem, uh, even in spite of a lot of education and all that. So what we have to understand here is there is a point of this one. So let's look at this. Women play a crucial role. So the lens of traditional roles and responsibilities. The problem is this always lens of traditional roles. That means the role of a woman with respect to home, with respect to workplace, with respect to in-house, with respect to out the house. So the social norms and traditional, in spite of so much amount of openness, still we are struggling to come out of that basic pattern. So keeping that in mind, now why this topic today is because of the recent book which was released by Indra Nooyi. She was the CEO of Pepsi company. She worked there for like a lot of time, and she's written this book and started after her retirement in 2018. So from her perspective, what were the struggles? Because the society was not very open then. She's an Indian US person, native, and husband is working. She had two kids. She had to face the regular struggles with respect to mother-in-law, and not struggles, I should say, the regular lot with respect to the traditional aisles of the society. So keeping that in head, from her book, how she has perceived the society, and keeping that as an example, what are the current trends with respect to today's norms is the whole point for today. So keeping that in mind, please remember Indra Nooyi's autobiography, My Life in Full, Work, Family and Future. This is very, very useful for your prelims. They might ask you a question out of that. And it reflects the challenges faced by women professionals, especially in their respective uh, at home, at workplace, and all these things. So keeping that, let's work on this. What are the sacrifices? A reflection on the traditional roles. So for example, real life instances underscore the prevalent trend of talented and skilled women in India making significant sacrifices. So the usual norm is that men can do something better than women, but usually it is not. Women do much better work than men in a lot of things. It's just that they're never given that opportunity to actually do something better. So they are all depressed and suppressed. So that thing we all know. So careers post marriage, that is another issue which you have to definitely mention, and societal expectations from the patriarchal mindset. So this is very useful for your mains. This point you have to definitely mention. And the major problem is undervaluation of their academic as well as the professional contributions that they make. Next, so dichotomy during academic journey and employment at the university level also, that's another point which you have to mention. And the roles that are underpaid, the roles that are not recognized, the roles that go on without saying but they always happen but they're never paid or appreciated for that work, is the roles that they take. As a wife, she has to play a role, as a mother, as a daughter, and these are all overshadowed by her professional identity. So this, even if they do very well in their professional level, just because they are identified only through the lens of being a wife, mother and daughter, their professional excellence is never being appreciated. That's another big problem. So what are the changes that we have to bring? First, you have to bring a multifaceted approach for improving their, first, the outlook towards women should be multifaceted. It should not be restricted only to the traditional norms. That is the first point. And they should be given pivotal role in instilling awareness. Awareness is another major thing. And if there is a need for rebel, they must rebel against the norms and nurturing courage. And then recognizing the need for a strong sense of unity. Women, if they all come together, then a lot of beautiful things can always be done. So keeping that in head. And creating a safe and supportive space for the women and fostering unity, rebellion against societal norms and creating very, very supportive environment is what we have to do as a society to give women the best of the best of the best.